YouTube Lion here, and today's video is going to be a bit different. If you're someone that's seen my videos before, you'll know that I tend to talk about a certain website. However, this one is about the so-called upcoming end of the world date, 21st of December. It's only a couple of days away now for me, and I'm a little bit confused as to how anybody could actually really believe this is going to happen. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that like to just joke about it and say it's going to happen, but ideally what I'd really like is for people who really believe this is going to happen to comment on my video, because I want to know your side of this. I only know the frankly the nut jobs that make extraordinary claims and tell people it's true. Not that they think it's true or they believe it's true, but it's 100% true. Now, the whole point of this is people are saying that because the Mayan calendar is going to end on December 21st, 2012, which is, you know, there are conflicting dates about when the calendar ends, but this is kind of the most accepted date that the calendar ends. Now, my question to anyone that actually believes this is true is, what makes you think that an end of a calendar has any signal that the world is going to end? No calendar in history has ever meant that the world's going to end when the calendar runs out. It just means that you make a new one. You know, not being funny, but you can go to any shop and buy a year's worth of calendar. You can buy it with celebrities on. Does it mean that the world's going to end every year? No, it doesn't. The Mayan calendar doesn't have any more credibility than one you can buy for £5.99 in any store. It's just a calendar written by humans to signal a length of time. That's it. It's nothing more. As far as the predictions go as well, people say, yeah, but the Mayans or the Maya, they predicted many things. Well, I've got a web page here that talks about the Mayan predictions. Now, it says here that the Maya predicted the existence of a black hole at the centre of our galaxy, a black hole they called Hunab Ku, their central sun and crater of it all. Now, as far as the black hole is concerned, they mention here that all humanity will be destroyed by a black hole 30,000 light years away that will suck up the Earth and destroy it instantly. And 3 days of utter darkness will precede Christmas. Not to mention the Earth's rotation will suddenly reverse itself and all humanity will be destroyed. Well, as it states here, and this is by, I'm not sure of the guy's name, Rosalind Joyce, Professor of Anthropology at the University of California, Berkeley, and a leading scholar on the ancient culture of Central America. Now, she says, well, first of all, and this happens to be true, scientifically true, a black hole 30,000 light years away wouldn't have any effect on Earth whatsoever. It's idiotic to think that it would. Secondly, the Planet X, Nibiru, whatever you want to call it, this, from what I can gather, I'm gonna Google this because I don't want to be wrong and I don't want people saying that I'm just making shit up. Out of interest, let's just see how big this was supposed to be. Well, of course, yeah, it won't be there because it's not real. Right, this planet is supposed to be find, it says planet sized. Right, here we go, 4 times the size of the Earth. Now, just to show you guys, How big is the Earth? That's how big the Earth is. Times 4. That is how big Nibiru is. Now, let's compare that. Right, okay, let's bring up a notepad. That's how big Nibiru is, or supposedly is, and that is how big the Sun is. Now, as you can see, there's quite a difference between the size of the Sun and the size of Nibiru. So clearly, people that think that Nibiru is hiding behind the Sun are clueless. It couldn't hide behind the Sun unless it was a hell of a distance away. Because, of course, even though the object is bigger, the further it gets, the easier it would be to hide behind something that's closer to us. Now, there are a lot of people online that just take things that others say as truth. Oh, it's obviously hiding behind the Sun. Oh, right, okay, yeah, I see. Well, you know, the numbers don't add up. Okay, so it can't hide behind the Sun. So forget that theory. Well, I'm not even going to use the term theory because, as someone who believes in science, it will be an insult to call this a theory. But on that hypothesis, consider that one out. Now, the Moon. Let's take, for example, how big is the Moon? How big is the Moon? The Moon is... Let's try and find an exact number. Uh, 3,476 kilometers. Now, and how far is the Moon away? How far in days is the Moon? Right, it takes 27 days. So, think of it this way. Something that is only 3,400 kilometers in size takes 27 days to get to. And yet, when you look out your window, that looks pretty big. It looks, you know, well, okay, depends where you are in the world, but it can seem like a pretty decent sized object when you look out the window. However, Nibiru, which apparently is something like 24 million kilometers in size, or 2.4 million kilometers in size. I wasn't quite sure of the points, but either way, that from what end of the world theorists tell me, that's less than 2 days away, and you can't see it. You can't feel the heat from it. You can't feel the gravitational pull. Where is it hiding, really? For those of you that have read up about the Google Earth map, or the Google Space, I guess you could call it, map, where there's a little bit of part of the sky where it hasn't, it's just blacked out, and people saying, oh, that's where Nibiru is. That's rubbish. If you actually map where that part is on the Google Maps, you can actually look out your window and see it, and it's just empty space. Google themselves and NASA have confirmed that it's just purely program error. It's where the image is not stitched properly. There's actually quite a lot of little points like that around both Google Maps and Google Earth. And no one ever mentions the other glitches, only that one, because it happens to tie in with their belief. So let's scratch that one as well. Okay, Nibiru isn't hiding behind the Sun. It's not less than 2 days away, because, like I said, you'd feel the effects already and you'd see it. You can't hide something that's 2.4 million kilometers in diameter. It's just impossible. I'm going to close that. Okay, I'm done with that bit. Mayan predictions. Mayan calendar predicted a total solar eclipse in 1999. It occurred on schedule. Alright, let's have a look. Well, I can't really find much on that. Yeah, I can't find much on that. But either way, let's say that they did predict a solar eclipse in 1999. Yeah, there was one. And what of it? I can predict something. Predictions, in my opinion, are guesses. If you're somebody that predicts 100 things and 100 of them come true, then yeah, fair enough, you predicted 100 successfully. But if you make 100 predictions and 5 come true, that's not predictions, that's lucky guesses. You should know the difference. You know, people that win the lottery, are they classed as predicting the numbers right? No, because they got it wrong like 700 times before that. They got lucky. That's just how it is. Of course, it depends. Also, if the Mayans were doing some kind of graft or some kind of history, if they were keeping a log of history, much like we do now, we can predict certain events in the way in the future. But of course, our science is much more advanced than it was then. Anyway, that's Yahoo Answers. Yeah, we covered the black hole, so to speak. Covered that. Nibiru proved this one. It really does make me laugh. This guy claims to have filmed Nibiru that was hiding behind the sun. Look at this. You've got a glare on the window, and you've got an eclipse, and he's basically said, "Oh look, Nibiru just popped out for a bit." What a dick. So I'm not going to believe anything he says, to be honest with you. It can't be behind the sun. Right, planetary alignments. A lot of people have said, well, if December 21st doesn't mean anything, what about the planetary alignments? All the planets are going to align. That must mean something. Well, why? Why would you think it would mean anything? When anything goes around an object, in this case the sun, and all our planets line up, there will be a time when everything aligns. That's just how it is. You could watch Formula 1 racing, or you can watch NASCAR, and usually cars won't align. But there will be times when there's 2 or 3 cars or 4 cars that are trying to pass each other at the same time. They will naturally line up. It doesn't mean anything. It's just logical that they will line up. It doesn't, the argument has been, well, it's going to affect weather, it's going to affect volcanoes. No, it actually doesn't. And there's some proof here. For example, the belief that the alignment of the planets affects weather patterns persists to the current day. Alignments of all 9 planets in 1982 and several planets in 2000 and 2002 did not affect weather in any major way, yet this belief persists. Some people who believe the world will end in 2012 cite the possibility of a weather disaster related to planetary alignment as evidence supporting their beliefs. They actually use evidence of planetary alignment and fail to mention that in 1982, the year that I happen to be was born, 2000 and 2002 had no effects. You'll probably be quite surprised they probably leave those years out because it doesn't fit with their claim. And planetary alignments were considered more of an interest for astrology than astronomy. In ancient times, there are few records of these alignments. In modern times, however, there have been several noticeable planetary alignments. In 1962, 5 planets came into alignment with the Sun. The alignment caused an eclipse of the Sun. As a result, many people believed the world was ending. These people are called nut jobs. In 2000, there was an alignment of the 5 planets and the Sun. This alignment was difficult to see because of the position of the Sun. Many people believed this alignment would cause earthquakes, floods and other disasters, but nothing of the sort occurred. A similar but more visible alignment of 5 planets occurred in 2002. Once again, all dates where nothing happened, despite the alignments of the planets. Future alignments. Alignments of 3 to 5 planets occur every 50 to 60 years. The next such alignment is expected to occur in September 2040. Astronomers have also predicted that alignments will occur in 2060 and 2100. It is much more difficult to predict when alignments of all or almost all the planets will occur. This is a rare event, once every 200 years or so. The planets will all appear in the same area of the sky, although not necessarily grouped together. A grouping of all the planets is extremely rare. There are millions of years between such occurrences. Now, okay, let's say it happened every 200 years like it says here. Well, we know the Earth's older than 200 years. We know the Earth is older than 400 years, then 800 years, then 1600 years, and so forth. So clearly nothing happens when all these planets align. We know the Earth is millions of years old, despite any people here that claim that it's only 6,000 plus or whatever it is. That's bollocks. You know that. Well, you should know that. That's the planetary alignments. List of dates predicted for apocalyptic events. Now, people say, now I understand that younger viewers of this video may say, hey, you know what? You know, I've heard so much evidence about this. It's not evidence. You know, that's one thing you've got to understand is Nibiru, hiding behind the sun, invisible. I've heard people say that Nibiru are invisible. Come on, what evidence do you have of that? Nothing. If it was invisible, the Mayans wouldn't have seen it either. You know, come on, let's understand this, right? A lot of people, a few years ago, people were saying that every 10,000 years, Nibiru comes close to the Earth and destroys it, and then Earth regrows again. What fucked up logic is that? We know the Earth's older than 10,000 years. I mean, you know, I know Christians, or actually, I'm not going to single out Christians, but most religious people in general think that the Earth is only roughly about that age, but you're wrong. We've got things that are older than that. You're wrong. Just accept it finally. But you know, as far as apocalyptic events, we've got dates way back in Roman times. You know, we've got the 1st centuries here, 2nd centuries. We've got into the 1800s, 1900s. I mean, you know, you can check this yourself. Just type in list of dates predicted for apocalyptic events. I know Wikipedia isn't 100% accurate always, but with things like this, it's pretty good. It's more like gossip and birth dates and stuff. It gets mixed up, not things like this. You know, as you can see, I was born in 1982. I was born on June the 9th. So basically, from this date onwards, I have so far lived through all these so-called end of the worlds, up to there, not there. So I've lived through all these end of the worlds. I'm feeling pretty invincible right now. I reckon I can do another one. What do you reckon? I think I can. Here, realistically, you stop believing all this shit that people are putting out. It's fake. They're either trolling you or they're so insane they're going to drag you down with them. There is no end of the world. If that's true, then what I want you to do, or if you think it's true, do a video comment, do just a standard comment on my video, and give up something. If it's so 100% true to you, give up something. Give a family that needs it all your money. Sell your house. Give your house away to a homeless guy. How about that? Or, you know, of course, if you don't want to do that, then obviously you don't believe it. I am tempted to say, if I'm wrong, I'll give everything I own to anybody who wants it. First comment. But of course there's a downside to that, because if I'm right, then I get to keep my stuff. Well, not if. When I'm right, I get to keep my stuff. And if, for some very slight reason, I turn out to be wrong, the world will end anyway, so you won't get my stuff. So that's kind of pointless, but you see where I'm going with this. Here, all the information is online for you. You know, it really is. There's a website here, Exploring Life's Mysteries. They're selling a fucking survival pack. You know, let's assume for a moment the world is going to end. Okay, let's assume, for argument's sake, the world is going to end on the 21st. A backpack, a 2-person tube tent, 24 pouches of water, 24 200-calorie food bars, AM/FM radio, a compass, waterproof matches, flint for starting fires, flashlight with lithium batteries, multifunction utility knife, first aid kit, headphones and rechargeable batteries, 2 light sticks, a whistle, 16-hour body warmer, rope, dust mask, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, tissues and moist wipes, playing cards, a poncho and work gloves aren't going to fucking save your ass. Even if you wear all that and use it all at once, you are going to be dead as a dodo. So, listen, joking aside, stop all the shit, live your life fully, enjoy Christmas, stop believing all the shit without evidence, and actually start researching this stuff. As far as, as far as the, I can't pronounce them, the Arcturian Council or something, these guys are a joke. I saw them on YouTube, and they really do believe the world's going to end. Okay, I think I've spelled that wrong, but let's try it. Interstellar. Well, no, it was definitely a Curian or something. Anyway, the point is, don't follow those guys. They're jokes. Whether they believe it or not, it really is irrelevant. You shouldn't dumb yourself down to their level. If you still believe this is going to happen, and if you're still watching this video, what I would absolutely love is for you to leave video comments answering this one question. On December 22nd, what are you going to do? Really? If you're someone that's kind of been a voice for the end of the world, giving out survival tips, and that we're going to be picked up by interstellar starfleets that happen to be hiding behind the sun as well, are they? If you really are someone who believes in all that stuff, what are you going to do on the 22nd when you wake up and you realise, bollocks, I was wrong. What an idiot I've been. I would absolutely love to know what you plan to do on the 22nd. If that's the only thing to come out of this, that's what I want to hear, that's what I want to know. So, YouTube line out. Sorry if this video was a bit long, but yeah, reply to this video, comment, message me on YouTube. I don't care how you get to me, just let me know. YouTube Lion out.